All right, very good morning. It is 10:01. We've got some flash flooding across Addison, Washington, and Orange counties this morning. The remnants of Tropical Storm Fred and also Tropical Storm Henry, which is way out in the ocean, but could be impacting eastern New England on Sunday night through Monday at this point. So we're going to be watching that very carefully. Welcome to Aired Out, brought to you by Barslow Construction, Granite City MMA, Emsley's Floors and Gifts, K&W Tire, Gauthier's Quality Grounds and Maintenance, Fontaine Forestry and Millwork, and Wright Electric. So good to have you on board. Thanks so much for tuning in. We've got to bring this guy on with us right now. Brian Levy is a senior care expert, and you're joining us live from where this morning, Brian?
Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas. All things are big in Texas. How are you, man?
Fantastic. Good morning.
I'm sure you're having a very busy day today with everything that's going on, and of course the news of President Biden's announcement yesterday. What can you tell us about it?
Yes, we're like drinking from a fire hose, and in-home care and care homes, we're focused minute by minute on keeping our residents, our clients, and our staff healthy and safe. So with regards to what President Biden has done, I got to tell you, first of all, I think it's interesting that we're talking about healthcare in the same breath that we're talking about politics. And I think, for one, I think that's really sad that it's come to that. I hate to politicize something that is just, what I would consider common sense. We all got, you got to get a meningitis and shot for to go to college. We had polio, we had MMR, even tetanus. So when it comes to COVID, just, lump it in that sum and move on down the road.
So his administration announced that they're going to require nursing home staff to be vaccinated against COVID as a condition for those facilities to continue receiving federal Medicare and Medicaid funding. This is something that Raylene from Aired Out here called months ago, right?
Months ago.
This is amazing.
I was waiting for it to come to this, actually.
Yeah. And we've been talking about this for a long time, Brian. We were part of the governor here in Vermont, part of his press conference. We asked him about this, I don't know, 2 months ago, I think.
A couple of months ago, yes.
And he basically said that there's really nothing he can do about it until it starts to trickle down from the feds. Well, here it is. It about damn time, maybe, right?
I guess so. If you can't help yourself, they'll help you for you.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, this is what it's come to. And guys, to me, it's just common sense. If you can do something to protect yourself and to others, why not? Because you're stubborn and you don't want the government telling you what to do. I get it. I don't want the government in my business either. But this is health related. This is directly related to our day-to-day lives.
So
Agreed.
This is, we totally agree. This is going to impact around 15,000 nursing homes and more than 1.3 million employees nationwide. And it's coming at a time, Brian, when the industry is stretched so thin and many are worried about a rash of resignations. There's all kinds of headlines that are surfacing this morning. I know you've seen them about this.
Absolutely. And I got to tell you, with the way the market is, I don't know the way it is in Vermont, but I know in Texas, we can't afford to lose one frontline worker. We are maxed out with every LVN, every RN, every CNA that we have on staff. We're maxed out. There's no one sitting on the sidelines. We have them deployed to all of our care homes and all of our clients. And to think that they're going to go into care for anyone, whether they're a toddler, a teen, or elderly, that hasn't been vaccinated, just it's beyond me. I don't understand. It's very very discouraging.
Very disturbing. And I think that the next step could be that some of these federal funds could go directly to making sure that these CNAs and other staff members are paid accordingly and help them out a little bit, incentives to
incentivize
stay
them,
and
sure.
to do what they need to do.
Yeah. I like that idea. You know, our director of nursing started educating our staff day one on the importance of not just PPE, but washing hands, not hand sanitizer, but washing hands. And so we're going on month 21 now of this virus, and we've been COVID free, knock on wood, this entire time. And it really just goes back to education and being conscious. You know, I mean, we know that our staff are going to leave our care homes and go to the grocery store and pick their kids up from school, etc. But we want them to be conscious of what they're doing. Wear their hands. You touch the grocery cart, don't touch your eyes, don't touch your face. Use hand sanitizer until you can get home, and use soap and water. Educate.
Yeah, habits are so tough to break. So much of this behavior by all of us, by human nature, is habitual. I mean, we just
involuntary at some point.
Yeah. I mean, it's scary. And in fairness to the skilled nursing facilities and the hospitals, I mean, they've been training for this for a long time. They've been busting their butts to prepare for this. Or, when COVID hit and when we, quote unquote, were somewhat out of the woods, which was the feeling here in Vermont once July came around. The governor lifted the mask mandates, and we kind of recoiled a little bit. We kind of sprung back and to essentially tried to make up for a year lost and
right.
had a good time. But my point is that when that was happening, our local skilled nursing facilities were still training their staff hard, saying we are not out of the woods, and this sucker might rear its ugly head and come back, and we need to be prepared for this. So in fairness to them, they are working diligently to prepare for this. But we've also seen how quickly this virus, this Delta variant, can spread in our communities, not just nursing home facilities, but everywhere. And
it's not just the mainstream news that's carrying it. I mean, I'm hearing stories firsthand. I'm hearing clients calling me saying, my elderly parents got vaccinated, and my dad is on a ventilator in a hospital, and my mom can't get out of bed.
That's right.
Help us. So you think, let's use the example of peanuts on airplanes. Southwest Airlines stopped putting peanuts on airplanes because there were peanut allergies. We wanted to accommodate that group of people that had those allergies. Well, why can't we as a society accommodate the elderly, or accommodate now the 17 and under who are being affected by this virus? Because we're selfish and there's politics involved.
Yeah. And this is all coming with a severe staffing shortage, even pre-COVID. And a new mandate is like I suggested earlier. Is just going to make it worse for those that feel strongly that their rights as an American are being essentially violated by the government mandating that they get a vaccination. I mean, this is crazy.
But they also drove to work wearing a government mandated seatbelt. So where do you draw the line? Wow. Where do you draw the line?
We said the same thing a couple of months ago, and we used the seatbelt comparison months ago. I mean, it's a great point. And we were also saying months ago that listen, the government isn't forcing you or mandating you to get a vaccination, but if you're going to continue in an industry that involves healthcare, whether it be a hospital or a skilled nursing facility, it is common sense for you to get vaccinated. And if you're that anti-vax, then
get a new career.
Right. But also the government mandates that you wear a shirt and shoes when you go into 7-Eleven. So you have a choice. Don't go into 7-Eleven if you don't want to wear shirt and shoes.
Amen.
Exactly.
Amen.
One of the things that I'm reading a lot right now is that we worked through the entire pandemic so far with no vaccine, and suddenly we're the villains. There were a lot of people that worked through the pandemic without the vaccine, but now there's a choice. So make the right choice.
Right. Well, and you say make the right choice. I mean, I don't know if we can really call it right or wrong, but I have to throw in it's just common sense.
Yeah.
And so
for sure.
It is common sense.
It is common sense, but that goes to the wayside when there's politics involved.
Yeah.
You try to tell somebody what to do. I'm an adult. I don't have to. It's almost we should have just told people don't get the vaccine, and then the vaccine.
Yeah.
It's all these people that are running around that aren't vaccinated that are contaminating the rest of us.
Right. Yeah.
Video game, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Tell me about Cambridge Caregivers and Manchester Care Homes.
I appreciate you asking. Manchester Care Homes, imagine a $1 million mansion in the middle of a neighborhood that looks like any other house, custom purpose built. But when you walk in, instead of it being set up like a regular house, it's set up with 8 master bedrooms, 8 bedroom, bathroom attached. So essentially, it's a big house with 9 bathrooms and 8 bedrooms. 24/7 care. We have 2 caregivers on duty 24/7. So it's boutique assisted living. And we cater to very high acuity, high care need residents that are beyond the point of being in one of the large assisted livings that are doing bingo and happy hour and activities. These are very high care need residents.
And where are you located? Where is this all again?
Dallas, Texas.
Wow.
Yep. And then Cambridge is our in-home division where we send our caregivers to other places to care for people as they age in place, whether it's a assisted living, independent living, or home. So people have the choice. I always say they come to us or we go to you.
Yeah.
And then we're caring for folks as they age in place at home.
Well, God bless Jeff Crilly for connecting us. And, man, we are thank you, Jeff, and thank you, Brian, for sneaking on the podcast this morning.
Appreciate you having me on.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, my friend. We will reach out to you again if we can sneak you on again at some point.
Anytime. I love Vermont. I went to school in New Hampshire, so it's a special place for me.
Where'd you go to school?
Proctor Academy.
Oh, very nice.
Nice.
Come back to the hills sometime, bud.
What's that?
Come back to the hills sometime.
I will do. Go green.
All right, Brian, thank you so much.
Y'all stay well.
Brian Levy with Cambridge Caregivers and Manchester Care Homes. We've got his email right up on the screen right now if you'd like to get in touch with him. If you have any comments or questions, of course, you can always post them right here on the podcast as well. But, boy, an insightful dude right there. Is he not?
Very. Yeah.
Wow. Meanwhile, this morning in Vermont, we're reporting 3 new deaths from coronavirus as the spike continues with this new Delta variant. 267 deaths attributed to coronavirus in Vermont since the start of the pandemic. Public health officials this morning, again, urging Vermont's remaining unvaccinated residents to get the shot immediately, was the word that they used, to better protect themselves from the virus. The coronavirus outbreak, Raylene, being reported at a Brattleboro company. At least 14 employees at the Long Falls paperboard company have tested positive for the virus, the Delta virus, in just the last couple of days. Long Falls currently employs about 74 people at the mill in Brattleboro. That's a story that's picking up traction today. I didn't know if you were aware of that one.
I was not.
Yeah. We have, let's see what else is trending in Vermont this morning. 12 locations are now under consideration for the new Burlington High School. The former Burlington High School permanently closed after they found this cancer-causing PCB chemicals in the building, and the district has been leasing the former Macy's department store space in downtown as a temporary high school for the last couple of years. I think they've been doing this. A long time.
I think it's pretty cool. Why not keep it there?
Well,
Didn't they already put a bunch of money into that place?
Well, the city hopes the students are going to be in a new Burlington High School building by 2025. So, 4 years to go. Mm-hmm. So there you have it. But that's one of the stories that's trending this morning. The COVID vaccination booster that was spoken of so much in the news yesterday, and unless you've been living in a cave, you should have known about this. The booster shots are coming for fully vaccinated Americans. The government plans to start rolling these boosters out starting September 20th. For those who have received the Pfizer or the Moderna vaccine, age 18 plus. And there's some questions about this single-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine, whether or not there will be a booster for that. And so far, the U.S. The health officials and the CDC say there is no booster yet that has been authorized for that, but they're working on it. So if you have the Johnson & Johnson, keep watching the news because there could be some developments in the coming days about a booster for that as well. So.
And Pfizer and Moderna both, it's 8 months after
the first
your
shot.
Your second dose, I believe.
Is it? All right.
That's what I thought.
I heard the first.
Unless you're compromised.
Right.
And then you can schedule now.
All right. We have a new study that I'm seeing this morning showing that the COVID-19 vaccine is, check this out, less than 80% effective against Delta. Mm-hmm. However, more than 95% effective against severe illness that requires hospitalization. Mm-hmm. And this study also shows that in the third week of July, which was the final week of the study, a third of all new COVID cases were among the fully vaccinated. Mm-hmm. Did you hear about that?
I did. Yes.
Yet unvaccinated, 8 times more likely to get infected, 11 times more likely to end up in the hospital.
And some of the deaths reported, even I believe one here in Vermont, were from younger people. It was, they're more and more every day. It's younger and younger people. I really worry about the kids going back to school.
Right.
Young ones.
Sure.
You know, there are all kinds of little ones with even medical conditions.
That's right.
Diabetes, all kinds of conditions. And
this
that
Delta
compromise them.
Yeah, big time. This Delta strain is fast moving. It's faster than just the regular coronavirus strain. It's faster moving.
And it's just sad that we are needing government to step in.
Right.
Like he said, it's common sense.
Right.
Let's do what we have to do to get it under control.
Exactly. And none of us want to live,
in fear.
But we also don't want to live in a dictatorship. I mean, we don't want the government telling us, what to do. But I mean, it's come to this. This is a.
And I want to spend the holidays with my family this year.
Right.
And.
Exactly.
I won't dare again.
Yeah.
If things aren't different than what they are right now.
Well, we're once again on the fast train here, and we were afraid that so many of us were saying back in June and July when things were looking good, you watch what's going to happen in the fall, that things are going to kick into high gear again, and there were many naysayers that were like, we're tired of hearing the fear factor, just relax with it. Stop living your life like this. You can't predict the future. We're doing well. The mask mandate has been lifted beginning of July. And there were still people that were in the media was saying, buckle up because round 2 is coming in the fall. Yeah. Well, look at fall.
Pappas has said it how many times?
Pappas has said that from the Times-Argus many times. And look at the quote, the fall has turned into the middle
of summer
of August. Amazing. So, this is huge. We have the vast majority of cases in America now from the Delta variant. CDC reporting this morning 98% of American cases are being caused by the Delta variant. 98%. The COVID database at Johns Hopkins University showing that as of 2 days ago, Tuesday, the U.S. had reported 37 million cases of coronavirus since the start of the pandemic. 37 million
Yeah.
cases.
And it's now, I mean, not now, it has been, but even more so now, shipping. We have China shutting ports down, and
I forgot to mention that yesterday. Thank you.
I mean, it's going to start affecting a lot of things every single day.
Well, we had what, one worker in China at that port, the largest port in the world.
And shut it right down.
One worker positive for coronavirus, and they shut the whole port down. And Sherilyn was telling me about this as the kind of the news was breaking. She's like, "Oh my God!" She's like, "We've got 38," and this was several days ago. This was over the weekend. 38 shipping containers or shipping barges
Waiting.
with all of these containers on there. These are massive.
Maybe that's where our FedEx packages are.
I didn't even
They're
think
holding
of that.
them hostage.
I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think
Since
of that.
last week.
Wow.
Weather delay.
38 barges loaded with shipping containers anchored in some of these ports. They can't even get in or out of these ports. They have nowhere to go. It's unbelievable. By the way, today is National Potato Day today. National Potato Day. So
have some fries with gravy and cheese.
Well, I wanted to ask you, for Raylene, is it mashed? Is it baked? Is it hash browns, fries, tater tots, potato chips?
I don't care as long as it's potato.
It's going to be
I'm
a
not picky.
spudtacular holiday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
not
of course
picky.
it is. Birthdays today, we have Beth Frost, Brandon Gibbs, Nancy Kenyon, Kayla Levitt, Gary Hayward, Amanda Gilman, Donna Meserve, Grim Williams, John Egan, amazing skier, 63 years old for John Egan. Holy crap. And he's in such great shape, such a cool dude. Lacey Norton, Carol Ann Hook, Nancy Kenyon, Ron Williams, Uncle Ron, Pam Provost, Tina Bell, all on the birthday list today, along with our former U.S. president, Bill Clinton, 75 today, Tipper Gore, 73, Peter Gallagher, the actor, is 66, John Stamos, 58, Kevin Dillon, 56. Look at these people getting up there. 55 for Leanne Womack. Remember that song, I Hope You Dance?
I do.
Great
Yes.
tune. Also country singer Mark McGuinn, 53, Clay Walker, 52. You like Clay Walker?
Yes.
And Matthew Perry, also
Nice.
52
Happy birthday,
years old
everybody.
today. It's Punk Week in music news. Raylene, I didn't know if you were aware of that. Punk Week.
I was not.
You like punk music?
Probably not.
Old school stuff? Like The Clash, Sex Pistols, Ramones? Come on.
No.
Really?
Guess not, because I don't even know who they are.
What? God. Green Day, which was kind of...
I love Green Day.
All right, well, they kind of turned mainstream punk rock. A little bit. Anyway, some might disagree, but...
Yeah.
Other music news. Garth Brooks, 5 major city shows. Canceled. You heard about this?
Oh, yeah, I know.
You hear about
I know
everything.
people. I sent it to you like 4 times
I know.
yesterday. But, it just gets lost in the shuffle of messages because when I send JD messages, and this is for everybody to know in case you're sending him messages.
Here we go.
So if you have sent him several messages and you notice that he has not read them yet, on the last message, put the little fingers that point up so that he knows that is not the only message, that there are more messages, or literally instruct him and let him know that there are more messages above.
All right. Well, I keep seeing...
Otherwise, you only read the message that's right there and that's it.
You are 1,000% right.
I know. I am.
And I keep seeing the from you the messages with the finger pointing up.
Oh, I'm not.
And
I haven't
see
given you that one yet. I'm giving you literally the pointing finger so far.
Did you seriously
But
tell me about the Garth Brooks thing?
yes, check your messages and look above. I literally sent it to you 4 times. But anyways, at the Pepsi Arena in New York,
Yeah.
I know several people that had tickets and can't go now.
Well, he just pulled the plug on Baltimore, Charlotte, Cincinnati, Nashville, and unfortunately, Foxborough, Massachusetts. Mm-hmm. So, and I know, I mean, can you imagine how many people are waking up crushed and disappointed by this news this morning?
That's where
You
I
got
saw
Garth
him.
Brooks tickets. I mean, that's, whew.
That's where I saw him, was at the Pepsi Arena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw Taylor Swift at the Pepsi Arena with Gary Allen and Rascal Flatts back in 2000.
Oh, yes, we talked about that the other day.
We talked about that. That's when I met Taylor Swift for the first time. She was 16 years old.
Yeah.
Opened up for Gary Allen, who opened up for Rascal Flatts.
Nice.
But you know what I forgot to tell you?
What?
Honestly, I forgot to tell you this. We were backstage, and I went into the bathroom. Mm-hmm. And I'm standing there in front of the urinal.
You're not going to say Taylor Swift was in there, are you?
No.
Oh, thank God.
No, she was only 16. That didn't happen until she was 19.
All right.
I was standing there in front of the urinal. That was bad, by the way.
That isn't what I was saying. That's where your mind went.
That was horrible.
I was thinking
I'm sorry,
that maybe
Taylor.
you went into the wrong bathroom.
I know Taylor's watching and listening this morning, and I'm sorry, Taylor. I'm standing there doing my thing. Mm-hmm. And I hear the door open, and this guy walks up next to me. And, you know, when we're doing our thing, you know, we stare straight ahead, and, you know, we stay focused on what we're doing. Okay? We don't look around.
You can stay focused?
Yeah, you just concentrate on what's directly in front of you. You don't look around.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
But I could see in my peripheral vision that there was something next to me that was like very glittery and kind of sparkly. So I was done. Would you stop? I'm trying to tell you something.
Okay.
When I was done, zipped it up, backed up to do the belt, and I look, and it was Gary Allen.
So you don't look until you're done. Even if he's not done, then you look?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
That's how that goes.
Well, I just so happened to notice, you know, just backed up. I was doing the belt up, and I looked, and it was Gary Allen. And he had this jean jacket on, and it was just covered in rhinestones.
And I'm just picking on you. Because if it was women, you know, we may not have the stall door even closed, and we may stand there and talk to each other.
What?
It's just the way we are.
What are you talking about?
You know.
Makeup brands and stuff like that?
Well, you know, does this make me look fat before I go back out there? Or did you see this or you see that? Or did you call and check on the kids yet? You never know what we might talk about.
God. Really? See, guys, we don't have time for that kind of horse shit. We need to hurry up and get back to where we were and what we're doing.
No, because guys are worried about... Never mind. I'll tell you when we're off here.
Okay. Ooh.
What guys are worried about.
So Garth Brooks basically went on to say that he had thought that the pandemic was behind us in July, and now he's seeing this new wave of the Delta variant, and realizes that he, quoting here, he must continue to do his part and hopes to reschedule once cases have gone back down. So there you have it from Garth Brooks.
Yeah.
Too bad. Dolly Parton, I know you're a fan, just added to the Forbes list of the richest self-made women in America. She's one of 15. However, she's the only musician. Isn't that something?
It is something.
I was kind of thinking Reba might be in a close second or third, but
maybe
each woman on the list has a net worth. These are self-made women. No hubby paving the way. Mm-hmm. A net worth of at least... Are you sitting down right now?
I am.
Good. $225 million.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
Poor thing.
So, I mean...
She gives a lot of money away, though. She really does.
She does.
She does a lot for people.
She does. She's a
Yes.
wonderful lady. Oprah's got to be on this list. Has to be. We were just talking yesterday about Chris Stapleton. I know you love the guy. He is lending his voice to Metallica for their new charity album that's coming out. It's called the Metallica Blacklist. And Stapleton's going to do the song Nothing Else Matters. All the profits.
That'll be cool.
Yeah, this is going to be. I figured you would be interested in this. Profits are going to go to Metallica's charity All Within My Hands Foundation. Also going to be split amongst Chris Stapleton's charity called Outlaw State of Kind. That's the name of his fund. Darius Rucker is helping out on the album along with John Party and also one of your favorites, Miley Cyrus. September 10th is when the album drops. So there you have it.
I actually don't mind some of her music.
Really?
Yeah, she has a couple
I
of
think
good
she-
songs.
I think Miley Cyrus has an amazing voice. Amazing.
She does.
R. Kelly, I know you've been following this story this morning. He's accused of using his celebrity status to be a predator. At least that's what the prosecutors said during their opening statement. He faces a whole bunch of charges, including racketeering based on sexual exploitation of children. His defense attorney hit back right away, saying that many relationships were, quote, consensual. So, are you following the whole R. Kelly thing?
I'm not really.
I know you're not. I just
I'm
made that
just
up.
Not
that you
really.
were. Belfast.
I mean, it's important.
Yeah.
And especially if he was doing, but I'm just not following.
Yeah. Well, that's fine. Fair enough. Belfast Harbor, Maine. Ever been there?
I don't believe so.
I don't think I have either. But residents are trying to figure out who left a giant inflatable duck in the harbor. Apparently, this yellow duck is a towering 25 feet and is anchored in the shallow part of the harbor. The duck has the word joy printed across the front. And so far, anyway, the harbor master says, you know what? I'm just going to leave that right where
Why
it is.
not?
Why not? It's not causing anyone any harm.
Why not?
It's not getting in the way of any boats. So, yeah. So there you have it.
Nice.
We'll call that the daily dose of feel good.
Absolutely.
Quickly, before I forget, because you know me, I tend to forget things sometimes, once a week.
Or day.
Patty Olinger is an infectious disease control expert. I think she's out in San Francisco. Wherever the hell she is, it's far away. She's been on the podcast before. I'm hoping to get her back. I've reached out to her. We're going to see if we can, as you can imagine, I mean, she's getting hit up by CNN and Fox and ABC.
I'm
and
sure. Just like the guy we just talked to.
Yeah. So, I mean, Brian, gosh, I mean, that was so great that he made the time to
Talk to us.
come on this this little podcast in the middle of nowhere in Vermont. It's just amazing. But I'm trying to get Patty, this infectious disease control expert, to join us again on Aired Out so that we can chat with her and ask her some pretty poignant questions. So we'll see if we can get her on. I'm hoping for next week. We'll see what
That would
happens.
be great. Yeah. And if not, maybe we can get a local infectious disease. Dr. Lacey, maybe?
What? Really?
Yeah, we'll call her and ask.
Can we really?
Why not?
Let's do that immediately here. Let's make that high priority this morning.
Okay, you got it.
What's happening at 11 o'clock this morning? Can you, which is in 25 minutes, by the way. What's
You have
happening?
my phone. I don't want to say this wrong.
Yeah.
They are doing a motorcade.
Who
from
is? Who is?
Colchester
Okay.
to the Veterans Cemetery in Randolph.
This was a veteran who passed away from PTSD, I think.
Hold on, I just want to make sure that I say all of this.
Yeah. And please
don't
don't
wanna
quote
say.
me on that either. But this is a story that was gaining traction a little bit yesterday. Raylene has been following this. And
So they're leaving Colchester at 11.
Okay.
And they're going to travel I-89. And they're asking that people maybe meet in the pull-offs or at overpasses, wave your flag,
Okay.
You know, show this guy some love on his way out to the cemetery.
Wow.
Corey Robert Green, a St. Albans native. Yeah.
And he passed away from...
On August 5th of PTSD and related medical issues. Yes.
Wow. Do we know anything more about him? Like what war he served in, or?
Oh yes, it's
Well,
all,
you'll show.
it's all in here in the post that I posted.
Did you already post that on Aired Out?
I did.
That's kind of a dumb question, isn't it?
Yes, it is a dumb question. He began his service in Japan in 2011 as a Navy corpsman. Corey was assigned to the U.S. Marine Corps as a medic. He deployed to Afghanistan in 2011. He served 7 years in the military, earning the Navy Achievement Medal with Valor for his service.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, here's what we're saying. They're leaving Colchester in about 25 minutes or so at 11 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to have somewhat of maybe a small motorcade that is going to be traveling the interstate.
Well, from what I understand, it's going to be a large motorcade. Okay. Maybe not as large now because I'm assuming maybe the 30 motorcycles may duck out because of the rain, but you never know.
You don't.
They won't maybe put their rain gear on and say, he went through a lot more than that for us, and we're going to do this anyway.
Absolutely. So this motorcade is going to be traveling from Colchester
to Randolph. To the Veterans Cemetery.
Yes. And leaving Colchester at 11 o'clock. So we're guessing that right around the central Vermont area of like Montpelier, Berlin.
11:30 maybe.
Maybe 11:30-ish.
Yeah.
Watch for this motorcade traveling southbound toward Randolph. Mm-hmm. And if you're driving,
let them stick together, stay out of their way.
Give them plenty of space if you're also headed southbound. But if you're headed northbound and you see this motorcade, flash your lights, honk your horn, wave. Mm-hmm. And if you're anywhere near a bridge or, a pull-off, wave, stop, pull over, wave. If you have a flag, show it.
Absolutely.
Salute.
Yes.
That's really cool that you found that story.
It's very cool. I think it's a big deal.
Yeah.
I wish we could do so much more for our veterans. I really do.
Sure.
I think we don't do enough.
That's right.
And I've always been pretty passionate about that. And
well, we share that.
Say that a lot. And,
That's one of the first things that you and I said to each other, I think, when we met, was that more should be done for veterans. We both feel very strongly about that.
Yeah, very.
How's Ron Tallman doing, by the way?
He's doing good. He's going to see us on Friday.
Okay. Really?
Yes. We have a function that we're...
Did you sign me up for a function I don't even know about?
Yes. And we're not going to talk about it because it's actually a surprise function. But you're well aware of this function. We're busy Friday afternoon
I need
for
to
something very special.
I need to see my calendar.
And Ron is going to be there with us. Yes.
Yes, I do know.
Yes.
Is that I do know. Okay, my memory's coming back to me.
And it's possible that this show is being watched closely, and so we won't talk about that.
Of course we won't, because this is a surprise.
Yes.
Got it?
And we will see Ron on Friday.
Okay.
While he helps. Yeah.
Raylene, in case some of you aren't aware, has very long legs, and she can kick me from like 6 feet away and land it. So she hasn't kicked me yet today. But if I attempt to spoil any kind of surprise or anything in the future, occasionally I get kicked. You're a kicker. Sports, and I know that you're sadly, and I feel so bad for you, Raylene, that you watch golf. I mean, I just feel so bad for you. Poor Raylene. For those of you that don't watch golf and you have a life, the second week of the
NFL. What the hell?
The second week of the NFL season, preseason, is going to get underway tonight. Do you even know who's playing?
In my defense, I used to watch football. I like football.
Do you even know who's playing?
I do not.
The Eagles are going to be hosting the Patriots.
But now I just like all other sports. I just get annoyed with them lately. All of the
bunch of rich guys running around in spandex.
Yeah, and just some are very disrespectful, and there just seems to be a lot of childish stuff sometimes.
Sure.
And it's not the same. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just don't like to watch anymore.
All right.
Who's laughing?
Julie.
Hi, Julie.
Julie Provost.
We're always cracking her up about something.
I created the state that Julie lives in, and I fabricated
what
it completely.
What state is that again?
It just pulled it right out of the old poop shooter, and I said, Julie Provost lives in Florida. For some reason, I don't know why.
She knew you were being a dumbass, though, and she called it right away. Up there.
Watch this. We'll make up something else about Julie. Julie Provost, ladies and gentlemen, in case for those of you that are not aware of this, she has the biggest mansion in Miami, right on the beach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we got to go there last weekend.
Oh, my God. Wasn't that amazing?
Yep. Her husband came and got us in his jet.
The jet skis, and, that was amazing.
Dumbass.
So tonight you have another opportunity, Raylene, to get a look at Mac Jones. Of course, you don't know who that is, but that's fine. Tomorrow the Chiefs are going to visit the Cardinals. And then this weekend, Justin Fields is going to get another chance to wow the football world when the Bears face the Bills. Zach Wilson and the Jets, Raylene, going to travel to Lambeau to take on the Packers. And then the Cowboys and the Texans are going to meet in Arlington. Raiders visit the Rams. We're full bore into preseason here, the NFL. Raylene, you better get with it.
All right.
Yankees, did they win or lose last night, Raylene?
I don't know.
They beat the Red Sox 5-2.
Oh, God, Dottie. Poor Dottie.
I know.
She's going to be so upset.
You know, she has...
I have to give her a big hug as soon as she comes in.
She has something on her Facebook page of, like, be kind to everyone, love everyone.
But she does not love anybody that beats the Red Sox.
No. I mean, for someone to include the word Red Sox in the description of their soul is really something. Dottie Moffitt's going to be with us at 2 o'clock this afternoon.
She is. I can't wait.
Cannot wait.
I'm so excited to see her.
Other winners last night, Los Angeles, Tampa Bay, Seattle, Kansas City, and Chicago. Tonight, American League action, first pitch at 7:05 with the Twins and the Yankees. And again, Raylene, 7:30 tonight, you're going to be watching the first kick of the Patriots at Philadelphia with the Eagles
NFL
preseason action, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I got to tell you that you know the message that I sent to Sherilyn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which message?
The last one. She's read it.
Oh, okay.
She's dying. You were right. She's dying laughter.
You played me Gilbert Gottfried.
You didn't know who that was.
I know who Gilbert Gottfried is. The guy that
you did not. You did not.
He's the guy that does the duck, the Allstate duck.
You're so full of shit. You said you didn't know who it was.
Doesn't he do the Allstate duck?
I don't know. You had never heard of Gilbert Gottfried. Up All Night with Gilbert Gottfried. You had never heard of that. I remember that from when I was a teenager. Scary movies, and instead of a commercial, he would come on for a few minutes and say like the most bizarre, disgusting things, and then it'd go back to the movie. I don't believe you don't never. I don't know.
It's not Allstate. What is it? What is the insurance company? Aflac. Aflac. Oh. Gilbert Gottfried's in the Aflac commercials.
He's been around a lot longer than Aflac.
Now I'm going to get sued by Allstate. Way to go, Raylene.
Yeah.
Thanks for setting me up on that. Rain
I
showers.
Had a plan.
Rain showers today. A little bit of street flooding in some areas too. All right, so be careful driving. Don't drive like an asshole, especially on the interstate. You got what is it called? Hydroplaning. Just be careful. Yes. Flash flooding for Addison, Washington, and Orange counties. What you're seeing, what you can see right now behind Raylene, is the remnants of Tropical Storm Fred, and he's a big fat old boy, isn't he? barreling up.
I guess so, if you say so.
And then we have, well, I know fat. We have Tropical Storm, stop laughing, Henry. And Henry is way out.
Is he a skinny dude or?
He's a little thinner than Fred, but he's packing a good punch, and he's way out in the drink. And he's moving his way toward eastern New England and might impact eastern New England Sunday night through Monday.
Right, because he keeps shifting west instead of east,
Well,
which
he's a
is
guy,
what
so
was
he's-
originally projected.
That's right. That's right.
But it's the weatherman, so
It's the
you know.
weather. And Henry, as
Who
a
knows?
male, he's shifty. We don't know. We don't know what he's got planned.
Not all men are shifty.
What he's cooking up. Most are. So he's
Why would you say that?
just that's true. That was disrespectful to the male species. You're right. I'm sorry, guys.
People are going to wonder what the hell. You're still not getting any tonight, so
So
no matter what you say,
So watch what happens
right, Sherilyn?
on the coast between Sunday night and Monday. We could so Maine. What's north of Maine? Nothing.
Nothing.
Canada.
Yeah.
South of Maine, we got what? New Hampshire, and then Massachusetts, and then Rhode Island. I'm trying to go backwards
Not
here.
us. We're not.
And Connecticut. So
Yeah.
keep watch of this old boy Henry. He looks pissed,
Agreed.
and we're watching him. He's moving. Again, in just about 13 minutes, the motorcade is going to be leaving Colchester.
Yeah, get your umbrella, your flag. Show some
Yeah.
love.
Show some love somewhere, anywhere. And if you're on the northbound side and you see the motorcade traveling, flash your lights,
Give them some love.
honk your horn, wave, and give some respect to this soldier who passed away recently in Colchester, and they are transporting his body this morning to the cemetery in Randolph,
Yes.
Veteran Cemetery.
Have you been there before?
I haven't.
Oh my gosh, we gotta go. It's amazing.
Let's go.
It's beautiful.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll be back again 2:00 this afternoon with Dottie Moffat, who. So let's break it down here just a little bit. What are we going to be talking about with Dottie? I know, but I want you to say.
Dottie is an amazing drug and alcohol counselor. She's a lot more than that, but that is her profession.
That's scratching the surface.
That's just scratching the surface. It's Overdose Awareness Month.
Yeah.
There's going to be a vigil, which she takes a huge part in.
Yeah.
In White River, and hopefully we're going to be there, Facebook Live too, because I'm going to go
Yeah.
and participate since we weren't able to have one here this year.
Yeah.
But that will not happen next year. I will find a private landowner that is willing to let us do this. I think I'm going to call Bonds and see if maybe they will let us have it at the field up on the top of Prospect Street. But that will not happen next year. We will have a location to have one.
When you say it will
Local.
not happen, you mean you will not be told no.
Right. I will be, yeah, exactly. I will not be told that. We will find a spot and we will do it.
Were you told no?
Yes.
Okay.
There I was.
You don't
And-
have to say anything more.
Yeah.
But
And
you won't be
so-
told next year.
Right. I won't be told. We will find a place and we will have it. And in the meantime, I will just drive down there and participate from there.
I think it would be amazing if you went live.
Yeah.
What's the date on that, and where is it?
The 31st.
And where?
I think it's, I believe Hartford.
Okay.
It may, I don't know. I need to look
It's
again
down
to get
in-
all of the details. They're also on Aired Out, the details of it all.
Okay.
And I'm sure that we'll post it again today. The
We
link
will.
and
We will.
and yes, and if you have names of people you would like to add to the list that you know have died of an overdose, not just this year but any year, you can get them to me or Dottie Moffat, and those names will be read.
Okay.
Yes.
Great stuff. I'm so glad you're doing this, and thank you for getting Dottie back in here. This is show number 2, I think, with Dottie Moffat.
Yes.
Last time she was in here, I should have had some Kleenex close by. I mean, she's very powerful with what she has to say.
Very.
I mean, she's a pioneer with this stuff.
And what is interesting is the difference in her, Rick,
sure,
and Paul.
Yes, Rick Barnett, Paul Brody.
Yes, they all have the same message,
Yeah,
but different methods.
Yeah, different methods. Yeah,
because no one person is the same.
This is true.
And so you need to find out what works for you and get well that way.
These
just
guys,
like with anything in life.
Yeah, these three are kind of they're just like the trifecta of.
For me, they are
of substance use, overuse, and
none of them are closed-minded to what the other has to say.
This is also true.
And that's the best part of them.
Their mission is self-improvement, betterment, and they love what they do. I mean, they genuinely, what they do is who they are, and who they are is what they do.
Yeah, their mission is education and to stop death.
Yep. Dottie Moffat, 2:00 right here, aired out.
Have
where
a
you
good
are
day.
now. Yes, and thanks to our sponsors, Donnybrook Fight Promotion, the Barry Montpelier Times Argus, Vermont Custom Woodworking, Aeromed Essentials, retirementvt.com, and FGB Theaters. We will catch you again at 2:00.